A few days ago I posted a short about an unhinged Twitch streamer that was putting out hits on people live on Twitch, and she is still not banned. So this is the thing I talk about. She was watching asmongold stuff and she literally put out a hit. This is incredibly unhinged and I have no idea why is she not banned yet. She is still not banned. I'm pretty sure I checked it recently. Yep, as you can see, she is still not banned. And she deleted everything about that thing happening. She deleted the VOD. She deleted the clips. She went private on Twitter. I am actually not sure if her Instagram is private. I would assume so. No, her Instagram is actually not. Oh my lord. Okay, I didn't know she does that. Well, whatever. Still, why is she not banned yet? For a comment like that, I don't understand. So we are going to watch this little video from Rev and check out in detail what exactly happened and what went down.
Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. So for months now, there's been a lot of drama surrounding the game Stellar Blade, and just when you thought this discourse couldn't get any crazier, something else happens. And that something else is another bounty being placed on someone's head, a threat to their life, because they called out the censorship of this game, which is confirmed, by the way. It's more than just outfits. There is multiple aspects of Stellar Blade that have been...
I'm going to be honest, I don't give a damn if they censor a game or not. This hardware stuff was pretty bad, they removed it. I honestly think they don't even know what that means. Not everyone is American. If I haven't been on the internet for a while now, I would have had any idea what this means. About the censorship of the character, she is a fictional character. It really doesn't matter how she looks, honestly speaking.
Censored, and these changes have been acknowledged by the director of Shift Up, and all of this is a direct contradiction to the way that this game was advertised as an uncensored release. Now, one of the main people leading the charge against the censorship of Stellar Blade has been Mark Kern, or known as his Twitter handle, Grums. He has been calling out these acts of censorship and created a petition that hopes to revert these acts of censorship. Now, he's been targeted by a lot of people who are trying to attack him for calling out these acts of censorship, and he was once again trending yesterday, and for some absolutely vile reasons. Now, we covered this tweet a few videos ago.
This is insane. This is how this whole thing started. This guy put out a goddamn hit on Grums. You can hate someone. You can literally hate someone to their guts. You can just dislike anyone, dislike their ideas, dislike everything. But to put out a hit on someone's life, or to hurt someone to that extent, to physically hurt someone, and all that stuff, it's just a big no-no, even if you hate someone. There is no justification that. To hurt someone, or to try to literally make someone disappear, or something like that, that is just not justified by any means. Whatever they say, they can say anything. This just cannot be justified.
Where someone offered $20,000 to anyone who could make Mark Kern disappear. This is responding to a tweet where he is showing uncensored outfits of Eve, so you can compare them to the censored versions. This is the reaction someone had. A literal crime, by the way, putting a bounty on someone's life. Now, of course, I would cover that in a video that later asmongold would react to yesterday, called Normal People React to Stellar Blade Censorship, and we would get a reaction-ception here when the Twitch streamer Denims TV would react.
This is like a reaction-ception, I don't even know.
To asmongold's video, reacting to my video. However, in her reaction, she would up the bounty to $30,000, the bounty on Mark Kern's head.
Listen, I'll up the number, okay? 30K to anyone who'll make this dipshit disappear and make Eve's breasts bigger. Okay, you have to do both. Alright? Because then it's a win-win for me. I get more breast, and I don't have to see that moron on my timeline anymore. So if you think about it,
Now, in case you're wondering at home, based on a fair interpretation of the law, what she did, what she said in that clip might constitute a felony in the United States. Now, for those who don't understand what constitutes something as a felony, that means the violation of that law carries a minimum of 1 year in prison. So what she did might actually land her in some very serious trouble. And no, adding the little joke at the end about Eve's boobs does not somehow cancel out what she had already said. Now, because she was reacting to asmongold's video about this threat, there is some confusion as to whether she was addressing this comment towards Mark Kern or asmongold or both of them. And this was asmongold's reaction to seeing this clip.
Because then it's a win-win for me.
What a retard.
I get more breast, and I don't have to see that moron on my timeline anymore.
Oh my god.
So if you think about it.
Well, she's so aggressive? Well, it's simple. So how do you deal with a situation like this? It's really easy. I contacted Twitch about it earlier. I sent them the clip, and we'll see what happens. And, you know, maybe after that, I might put in a police report. I'm gonna just wait and see how things play out. This is unhinged. It's completely unhinged. It's totally uncalled for. Yeah, this is like a felony. What is this? She's got me on the screen, and she's saying that. Yeah, so I did see this. I thought it was quite ridiculous. It's actually kind of a surprise.
So obviously,
that is actually crazy. So I can see the confusion. And she is not coming out, not saying anything, does not clarify who does she meant it for. I mean, that would get her in even bigger trouble. But right now, people only can see that Osmon is on the screen, that she posted. And she's saying that when she already had apparently some pretty interesting and controversial takes back then, from what I can get from Reddit and everywhere. So saying that while having only Osmond on your screen, that is really bad. Even if she meant Grumps, that's already horrible. But having someone else on the screen and saying that, so people can interpret that in a way that she is saying that to Osmond, because from the clip, it definitely looks like that. And that is what I was thinking first. And that is what many people were thinking first too. Until we looked more into it and seeing that maybe she was talking about Grumps. But we still don't know who she meant it to. But it doesn't really matter who she meant it for, really. Because the fact that she just did that, it puts both of these people's lives in danger. Potentially, of course. And it is a felony to say that.
We've said this is a very serious situation where what she said very clearly at the minimum violates the terms of service of all of the related platforms, and also, as many people claim, has also broken the law as well. She is in some hot water.
And she's still not banned. That is the fucked up part about it, and that is the only reason I'm still making this video.
She's going to be dealing with a lot of headaches out of the situation, which of course is a self-inflicted wound. She said this under no pressure. She did this openly, and it's recorded in front of a live audience for everyone to see. Now, there's been a lot of reaction to this tweet that's going around, and here's some of the more popular responses. This user saying, wow, I gotta look up what this guy did to get them to this point. Oh, he just said video games shouldn't be censored. Here's another one from Chibi Reviews saying, this is all over Stellar Blade, by the way. Woke up seeing a streamer putting a literal death bounty on someone's head for not liking censorship. This person legit needs mental help. Yeah, I feel like when you get kind of lost in the woods here, you're doing all these arguments and people are getting, back and forth with each other. You kind of forget what we're talking about. Obviously, these issues are important, right? Nobody wants this censorship of Stellar Blade. People want to speak out against it and get it reverted, hopefully, right? It's important to a lot of people, but it's not life and death. It is.
Exactly. These things on the internet, be it any fictional character, anything, it's not life and death. Honestly speaking, the best part would be if video game companies would give everyone what they want. You can just literally put a goddamn switch in there and put censorship. Look at Conan Exiles. You can literally walk around with your penis out and it's just like flipping around everywhere Or you can just put clothes on the character, and it is one goddamn button that you can do that with. It's not hard to put censorship in the game and to have the option to not have it. They literally do it in so many games where you can put on censorship and where you can just take it down. It is all according to your preference, and they have chat censorships too, with profanity filters and stuff like that as well. You can put that on too. All of these should be optional, and all of these should be something that you can personalize for or to your liking. That's it. And everyone is happy. Nobody has to push one side or the other. We can literally have both. It's so simple.
Is not life and death, and we're at a point where people are putting multiple bounties on people's heads over the situation, over calling out censorship of a video game. If that is your reaction to someone calling out censorship, you are not well. If you're wishing harm upon someone based on that, you are not well. And in this situation, it's very odd because we've seen all kinds of death threats be thrown at asmongold, Mark Kern, even myself, from just random Twitter users, but you don't see people who are established Twitch streamers do stuff like this. I mean, that's why it's so crazy. But moving on to another comment, this user said, the craziest part is if Grums threatened someone like that, no one would view it as a joke and it would make national headline news. And that is very true. If Mark Kern had made a threat like this against someone else, he would be annihilated. He'd be wiped off the face of the earth. Every platform he was on would be removing him, right? I think that's very obvious. But in this situation, people are trying to justify it because they don't like him. In fact, this part about the joke is something that a lot of people are doing. People are trying to claim that this is just a joke. And if this was, of course, reverse roles, they would not claim it was a joke. You can see CaseyTron here saying this. Imagine your biggest problem in life is female video game characters not showing enough skin, and when people make fun of you for it, you pretend that you're getting death threats. The only thing you're a victim of is your own porn sickness.
Okay, actually, this is good that CaseyTron is here, because she's banned on Twitch now. Finally. The stuff that she was saying recently, like, bro, come on, man. She was an OG on Twitch. What the freak is she doing, bro? I don't get it. I literally don't get it. And this is the death threat. Putting a goddamn bounty on someone's head? Man. What? Why are we playing dumb? Like, what?
Of course, calling everyone you don't like a porn addict, how mature. But also you can see multiple layers of denying the truth. They're trying to act like the censorship is only down to the outfits, when we know it's about more than just that, and it's also about broken promises from Stellar Blade. They're trying to minimize what people are actually complaining about, and then in the same breath are trying to claim that he wasn't getting death threats. The clip is literally right there, where she puts a bounty on his life. You can put the evidence and shove it right in their face, and they will still say it didn't happen. Whether it's with the censorship or with these threats, they just pretend like it's not there because it suits their own agenda. In fact, I think CaseyTron's just mad because the other day she tried to go after asmongold, and he absolutely annihilated her with this reply. I think she's still mad about this. That's why she's making those comments. But moving forward, here's another comment saying, doesn't matter what you think of him, putting out hits, especially publicly like this, is not something that's a joke or funny.
It is not a joke. And it is not funny. Do not do it, ever. Especially with as many crazy people we have around the internet that stalk stuff, stalk girls, broke into girls' houses, stalking them, threatening them. And it can happen to guys too. It can happen to anyone. There are goddamn pedophiles all around YouTube too, putting disgusting comments. Just like I said in another video, the Outboarders YouTube channel had to turn off the comments because there were disgusting pedophiles talking about his sons in the comments, and those people are literally capable of anything and everything. So we have to keep each other safe from these kinds of people on the internet, because there's so many crazy people, and we should not in any way, in any level, encourage their bad behavior with stuff like this. Saying something like this is irresponsible. And that is the very least that I can say to that. Irresponsible.
No grounds for free speech here. This is inciting physical harm against someone. I mean, how do you explain this any other way than exactly that? This is not free speech. Free speech has its limits. You can't incite violence against people. What is she doing when she puts a bounty on someone's head and has a bounty out for their life? What is that other than inciting harm against someone else? And here's legal mindset, obviously an attorney, and this is his perspective on the situation, saying, the comments hilariously destroy this woman, but the reality is, this is a clear unfair application of TOS. Twitch, YouTube, and X suspend accounts for saying far less and without direct threats of violence. And adding in a comment about Eve's breasts at the end does not change anything. She probably thought she was smart doing so. It's like people who say, in Minecraft, right? You'll see someone make a threat against someone else and they'll say, well, in Minecraft. That does not, escalate that or de-escalate it to something lower than a threat. It's still a threat, even if you add in a little quib like that to make it a joke. It's still a threat. And she is aware of this. So when this initially happened, her own viewers were saying that she did something very, very seriously wrong and said that they were calling the police on her over this threat. And this was her initial reaction to people saying that.
Oh my god. I just love holding streamers accountable.
This makes me really angry. I have not seen this clip before. How can you be so goddamn stupid? Bro, what? This is what we get to? Really?
Sir, if you show a cop that clip, he's gonna laugh in your face. Half of that clip is me talking about liking big boobs.
That does not justify it. In any level. How could she think that?
Well, as you can see, she's not laughing anymore. As this clip went viral on Twitter, she immediately privated her account and she has gone into hiding, which is not surprising. All of these people who make these crazy statements, the second they face any consequences or criticism, they immediately private their accounts. We've seen it happen with pretty much every single person involved in the Stellar Blade fiasco, and it's just predictable at this point. But really, the takeaway from all of this is people have gotten way too comfortable saying the most outrageous stuff on social media. I get it, okay? Some of these things are heated topics. People insult each other.
I really don't know where respect went towards another human being, really. Honestly speaking, I don't care who you are, what you do. As long as you don't hurt me, don't hurt others, I'm fine with you, and I am going to treat you with base human kindness and respect. That's it. It's that fucking simple. Excuse my language. It is that simple. Where did this, base understanding go? Literally. People are being unhinged.
People make fun of each other. People criticize each other. But when it gets to a point where a conversation about censorship of a video game gets to a point where
it's such meaningless conversation too. I mean, in a sense it is not, because censorship in any way or form is bad. But I can understand if someone is feeling uncomfortable with seeing too much skin on a girl or whatever, on a man, on an animal, I don't care, whatever. So, there should be an option where you can turn on censorship to make it to your liking. Or select outfits that does not show as much skin. It's literally... That's it. Just choose another costume which does not show that much skin. Or just add another costume if there is no costume like that. Add them in the game. Even in games like BDO. BDO is a goddamn Korean MMO. And as we know it from Korean MMOs, it's full of hot women, hot men That's what they are about. They literally been not making my goddamn dwarf character in I don't know how many years in video, and I am so pissed about it. But because they are just making hot women and hot men. But there is still option to completely armor up characters. You don't have to go for the sexy outfits if you don't like them. They give you an option, they give you options for it. They are like fully armored or fully covered. You literally have the option to do that. And that's just give them the option to have that. That's it. It's that simple. Or just give them a goddamn little clickable button that like puts more clothes on someone. Or just censor stuff. That's it, really. It's
People
not
are
hard.
having threats on their lives. Like, what are we doing? People
What are
are
we
way
doing?
too comfortable, and this Mike Tyson quote will live on forever because people keep doing this. People keep acting like they can say whatever they want with no consequences just because they feel basically empowered by their moral disagreement over censorship of a video game character and how we should view it. But moving forward, here's Mark Kern's response to everything. He says, yes, I'm upset about a streamer upping the joke bounty on my head, but I deleted everything except the video clip to keep the focus. All this because people want to stop the petition. Sign it today and make it all worth it. You can see his petition and the related hashtag Free Stellar Blade, which unfortunately now...
Honestly, him and asmongold reacted to this pretty bad too. Both of them reacted to this pretty damn well, to be honest. I might not like this guy, the guy that tweeted, and I disagree with a bunch of stuff that asmongold is doing and saying, but the way they went about this is pretty good. They're not weaponizing their audience against these things at all. asmongold literally says she doesn't care. She sent the clip to Twitch, that's it. Other than that, he didn't do anything. And this guy, from what we can see, didn't do anything either.
Has been censored by Twitter. This is not too surprising. They tend to clamp down on things like this all the time, but the hashtag Free Stellar Blade has been censored on Twitter. But despite this hashtag being hidden by Twitter over 24 hours ago, in that same time period, the petition has grown by over 20,000 signatures, and it's now up to 55,000 in total, which is absolutely crazy. And again, I'll put a link to this in the description. Go ahead and give that a signal.
And by the way, from that money they raised, I am pretty sure Stellar Blade can add outfits that please everyone, or add a button to have optional censorship in the game, or anyone that wants that. And we have the other side who doesn't want that. It's really that simple. You can have it both. Why not?
Signature and add your support to this campaign, so hopefully we can get these censorships rolled back. Now again, I think it's important to take a step back and just realize how far things have gone. A conversation about censorship of a video game has led to such extreme reactions, and the people making these threats and alike, they think they're the normal ones in this situation, and it's totally insane. It is hard to understand why people are so threatened by someone calling out very visible censorship of a video game that they were promised, that the customer was promised wouldn't be censored. Why are people so angry about those calling it out? It's truly a head scratcher.
And that is really bad. When you say you're not going to do something as a developer and then you go ahead and do it, that is disgusting, first of all. Secondly, if you feel like you have to do it the way I'm saying. Put a goddamn button in that lets you censor stuff. That's it. And if people don't like something, they just censor it. If people don't like some chat messages in a game like Overwatch, you put up a filter. You just block people that talk shit. That's it. It's that simple. Don't look at it. Don't hear from it. Doesn't matter. Okay, to summarize. First of all, Rev says Desu's video was amazing. Thank you for making it. Secondly, I still cannot believe that she's not banned yet. She should be banned, and it doesn't matter who she says that to. There should be consequences for those words, because that is not okay to say to anyone, from anyone. That's it. About the censorship stuff, bro, I see many people not liking hot characters, hot females, blah blah blah. I mean, I grown up playing like Korean MMOs, a lot of them, and MMORPGs in general. People in MMORPGs always make their character look as pretty as they can be. The only time I see someone making a non like conventionally pretty character, they are literally just making them ugly for the fun of it. That's it. There is like no middle ground. You either make your character look the most badass you can make it look, or you intentionally making it like ugly. And there is a very tiny small percentage that makes their character look like they are. We have those two. This is the three way that people do it. So crying about how a character looks in a game is just so meaningless, and it doesn't move anything or anyone, literally. But I would say, if it does not conflict with a video game's theme, story, lore, whatever, then developers should add just a full everything included character creator for people to use. Then we don't have any issues, because you can make your character the way you want to make it your character. That's it. Really. It's that simple. And for the censorship part again, you can add a goddamn button that makes the game censored in the way you want it, make it less sexual if you don't like that, or you have the other side who want to see those things, and on both sides there are women, men, on every side literally. So it's not a woman and man issue. It's someone wanna look at these things, someone doesn't. So for some people it's making them uncomfortable, some is totally fine with it. It doesn't matter. What matters is give people the choice to have either or, you know? That's it. Just like in Conan Exiles, you can have your tits, your vagine, your penis, everything out. It can like be free, be on the air, whatever. Or if you don't like that, you don't want to look at that, you can just put clothes on it, and it takes one click. It's that simple. Leave a like, leave a comment, tell me what you think, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.